How you doing? It's Francisco, and you're listening to Program Consultant Expert. Thank you for listening. Last week we talked about the dates for tax season. It's officially started. We're officially here. So we want to talk about what you guys need. So if you're doing your personal taxes, naturally make sure you have your W-2s if you have that, or if you're an independent contractor, you're going to have your 1099s. And it's always important, naturally, if you have your own business, a 1099, like an independent contractor, that you have all your expenses. So a lot of times I encourage people to use their credit card, and it's easier because it shows up in the bank statements. If you pay some things cash, hold on to those receipts, because all those things are deductions. You're eligible for a lot of deductions when it's that case. If it's your own business, a lot of times it's mileage, food, which has limitations, cell phone, insurance, many expenses, but you have to have records of these expenses. And if it's W-2, actually, as well, you also need to have dependent information. I always encourage people, if they're switching, if they did taxes somewhere else, or if they moved to Virginia, for example, from another state, to have a copy of the prior year tax return, because you have a history of pretty much doing the same thing every year. A lot of times it doesn't vary too much. So I encourage people come in with a copy of your tax return, W-2s, copies of I-10s, or social security numbers, just to make sure that's accurate. And then also banking information. And the banking information is a big one, because nowadays everything is so much faster, direct deposit, but the IRS states on their website that only 8 out of 10 people use direct deposit, which should be everyone, because it's so much faster. They like to say it takes 21 days, but tentatively it could be like 2 weeks. So it's much faster, and you don't have to wait going through mail and cashing the checks, just a lot smoother. So I always encourage people to come in with all this information. This particular office, and now we have two, but where I'm at is located at 7804 Midlothian Turnpike, Richmond, Virginia, 23235. And we have another office on 3817 Jefferson Davis Highway, Richmond, Virginia, 23234, which everyone's certified, and they can walk you through the steps and tell you what you need. It gets a little more in-depth as well. If you have other expenses as well, you also want to bring in your home interest mortgage. If you have it, you get a statement from the bank with 1098 reporting your interest paid and property tax. You want to hold on to your property tax forms that you pay the county, wherever you may live, and then also medical expenses. So there's a lot of different dynamics to it, so it's very important that you guys come in prepared. So if you just have a W-2, you didn't have a lot of medical expense, you don't have your own home, it's fairly simple, but make sure you have your W-2, copies of I-10s and socials and banking information. If you do have an itemized expenses, please come in and look through your paperwork, and if the bank didn't send it, you can contact them or create an online account and print the 1098. Also get from the county how much you paid in those expenses. Now if you come in and do your taxes also as an independent contractor, same as I spoke earlier, I encourage you to make a copy of the bank statement if you used the card, because a lot of those expenses will show up, such as gas, meals, and any purchases that you did also through the year for that business, was it was a trailer if you're a contractor, for example. So these are pretty much what you guys need when you come in and do your taxes. Just better to be prepared, have everything. What we try to do is kind of walk people, consult them. So you come in with this information, we look through it, ask you other questions, see what we're missing, and then we begin return, so that way we can have accurate information. Because once a tax return is sent to the government and it's accurate, it's processed much faster, because what delays refunds and hold up, a lot of times there's mistakes and errors. And the good thing about our office is we're registered with the IRS, so when we send things to the IRS, if there's an issue, like we already started receiving accepted returns or rejected. And rejected, it just means it'll tell you information's wrong, a number could be wrong and something. So it's very important to get everything to them accurate, just to get timely refunds, as I stated earlier. So thank everyone for listening in. And again, we're here at 7804 Midlothian Turnpike, Richmond, Virginia, 23235. Phone number is 804-269-7689. So come to one of our offices, and you can do taxes with myself or the experts of Latino tax and business services. Cumulatively, we have over 20 years experience. So we look forward to seeing you guys in one of our offices, and any questions you have, just give us a call. Have a good week, and look forward to talking to you guys next week.